Hello, welcome to Tech24. I'm Annelise Borges. Coming up, mobile phone users beware. French health authorities recommend we spend less time on calls for the sake of our health. And in Test24, the perfect light for the perfect moment. We'll have a look at what mood lamp Holi is all about. But first, heavy users of mobile phone have been given a warning to cut down on call time for the sake of their health. France's National Agency for Health released a new study on the risks of long-term exposure to electromagnetic waves. The report concluded that mobile phones have no proven effect on health, but the health authority urges precaution and recommends that children and heavy users limit their exposure to the devices.
They're popping up all over the place, relay antennas used by French phone operators, exposing people to ever-increasing levels of electromagnetic waves. In France, children as young as 10 talk for hours on their mobile phones every day. By the time they reach their teens, the habits are already firmly in place.
I've been using mine for years. I really wanted a phone and my parents caved in.
France's National Health Agency has looked into the possible risks linked to electromagnetic waves. The report claims that mobile phone use can have an impact on sleep patterns, male fertility, memory and concentration. Yet the study says those effects are reversible. As a precaution, the agency recommends using hands-free kits while calling for further research into the effects of wireless landline phones, tablets and devices like baby phones.
Because there's an increasing number of sources of radio waves with things like Wi-Fi and mobile devices, which on their own only emit low levels, we recommend taking new measures to calculate the total combined level of exposure.
Those levels of exposure are set to rise in France by another 50% as phone operators roll out 4G technology across the country.
And Marc joins me now. Marc, radio frequency radiation from Wi-Fi networks and cell phone has been a long cause for concern. In April, the World Health Organization's International Agency for Research on Cancer published a report categorizing this form of radiation as Group 2B, possible cause of cancer, along with automobile exhaust and other toxic substances. How much do we know about the risks?
Well, it's a good question, Annelise. I think there's some conjecture, but not a lot of concrete facts. There seems to be a lot of people agreeing that there is correlation between exposure to electromagnetic waves and the risk of cancer. But again, no causation. Now, a lot of that has to do with the amount of time it takes to develop these studies. You know, let's take some brain tissue, for instance. It could take 10, 20, even 30 years for a clump of malignant cells to actually appear. So you've got that issue on the one side. And at the end of the day, you're looking at this French study, for instance, where you've got a panel of 16 experts looking at over 300 studies. So they're kind of studying the studies and inconclusive results. They can't really give us any facts about it.
The French report did not come with a definitive conclusion about that. Now, Marc, it's kind of hard to imagine living without a mobile phone these days. Are there ways we can protect ourselves?
Well, like the French government are saying, you should probably try and limit mobile phone usage to under 40 minutes per day. Use headphones rather than putting the phone directly to your ear. In terms of men, I'm not going to try and explain this too clearly, but not putting it in your pocket. To reduce the idea there, the harms on that side. And also we've got developments such as Phase Up, which is a patch developed by a French startup company, which you would place directly onto your mobile phone, and that would limit the damage, or it claims to limit the damage from electromagnetic waves. There's also all sorts of fangled new things coming out, boxer shorts that are anti-radiation, that sort of thing. Haven't had a chance to test those out, can't really tell you.
Oh, so you're not wearing those today. All right, thanks for that, Marc. We're going to have to move on now. Up next, Test 24. Holi promises a brand new way to experience light. Connected to iPhone or iPad, this mood lamp allows you to adapt the light to the moment, be it a romantic evening or a party with friends. Marc tested it for us. Marc, what did you think of Holi?
Well, we're always, and at Tech24, huge fans of French startups, and this is a French startup right from Lyon. So having had Philips Hue already on the show, we have something to compare it to, and some of the things that I enjoyed about the Holi lamp, particularly you can wake up with this dawn generator, if you will. They call it a dawn simulator, and it's a type of light therapy as well, which I'm not sure that they can prove any of the effects, but it's a nice way, and very simply, you just switch it on. As you said, it connects to the iPad and the iPhone very easily. If we turn it on, now you can't see it here because obviously there's lights in the studio, but this is basically what you get. Oh, there we go. Look at the guys in the studio being fantastic with the guys in the gallery helping us out. The lights are there. We've got all sorts of different things. We can have music and it will technically play to whatever type of music that we've got on at the moment. So here I've picked a bit of Schubert and you can see it nicely responding to that. As you've said, romantic lights, if you would like. I'm going to switch the music off because it's getting annoying. Romantic lights, if you would like it. I have a few reservations about the Holi lamp.
Tell us your reservations, Marc.
Unfortunately, Annelise, I found it very gimmicky. I think it's nicely designed and it's a nice object, but at the price that it's retailing at, and the fact that it doesn't.
It will go on sale at Apple stores in November for 199 euros. So it is quite expensive.
It's a lot, 199 euros for what is effectively a lamp that you can control and change the light, and it doesn't really do that much. And as we've seen, it's not particularly powerful. You need to have a very specific type of flat or a house, maybe a minimalistic house or minimalistic flat with white everywhere, and it could really respond.
Very few objects hanging around.
Few objects, and then the lamp. Or in their promotional video, it looks fantastic, and you might have seen in some of the clips that we had earlier. If you can get your hands on 20 of those and put them all around your room, great. It will look absolutely ace. But unfortunately, I don't think we've all got 2,000 odd euros to spare on that. So,
on lamps, no. Yeah. How did you rate Holi lamp?
Well, in terms of the design, I do like it. It is very, very simple. So we've given it a 7 out of 10. It is very simple to use. There's no doubt about that. Simple Wi-Fi connection, Bluetooth connection, 8 out of 10. Value for money, none for me, unfortunately. 4 out of 10, and I think I'm being pretty kind there. 6.3. Yeah, it's probably more of a rich man's object, unfortunately.
All right, thanks for that, Marc. That's all we have time for, and thank you for watching this edition of Tech24. Don't forget, you can get in touch with us, and please do, on Facebook or on Twitter. Our hashtag is Tech24. And we leave you today with images of Screen X, a new way of experiencing cinema from South Korea. Audiences there will be able to watch films in a 270-degree panoramic view. The new format, rolled out this month, uses walls of the theaters as additional screens. So far, only one movie has been filmed to the new format. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.